The short film sort of happened because I was home anyway, and I was sipping tea with the writer, who's Kal Jahan, for the short film, and then suddenly started talking about this project that he wrote almost back in 2005. And then the moment I heard the synopsis, I just loved it. I'm like, okay, this is something I want to work on. Let's work on this. And so that's how it sort of snowballed into the present form.
And would you say that were you first on board as a producer or as an actor when you first decided, I like this project?
Definitely as an actor.
Okay.
I think I loved it because I'm an actor, and there are emotions and scenarios and environments that I wanted to pursue as an actor. And then it was a matter of, okay, how do I get it funding, if at all? If not, I'll chip in part of my own money, and my family will chip in a bit of money to sort of get it made.
So it became a really personal project to you, and that's why you decided, I want to be a producer.
Exactly.
So you put a lot of your time into it. Great to see it now in festivals. You said this is the third one now.
Yes.
And the first one you've been able to attend?
No, I couldn't attend the first two. Those were in the US. First one was the world premiere was at Chicago South Asian Film Festival, and also the second one was at Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival, which was in Florida. And this is the third, so I happen to
third time lucky.
I guess. Yeah.
So have you got any more plans for the future, or anything coming up acting wise that you're gonna?
There are a few projects that I'm working on, a few projects that I was offered, but I'm taking a bit of my time. I mean, nothing that immediate at this point, but I'm sort of, I'm again working with Kal Jahan, who's the writer for the short film as well, to work on a feature film idea and also to work on a theatre play.
Are there any Bangladeshi film festivals out there?
There are quite a few big ones actually back home, but I haven't applied to those yet.
Okay.
I sort of started, I wanted to do the international route first and then bring it back to the country.
Surely now though that you've got this international run, you'll get into festivals at home a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of doesn't help.
Why would people fund a short film when there will be no return? That's always the big problem.
Exactly.
But however, I think if it is going to be distributed, you're lucky in the sense that you've had 3 film festivals and it's creating interest. And it's in the public eye now.
Exactly.
And from there, it's more likely to,
venture up.
bloom.
Exactly. That's a good word.
I was going to ask about the soundtrack actually, because it was very silent, very peaceful all the way through. I was wondering what was the meaning behind that? Why was that? What was the thought process into deciding to not have a sort of regular soundtrack?
Exactly. I think mostly because we wanted to keep it very simple and clean. We wanted the actions and the drama and not the acting so much, so to speak, obviously, but to keep what's going on the main focus of the story.
Yeah.
And we were actually debating once, the director and I, when we were in post-production, that should we add more sound. We had like more sounds that we could have added later on. Before we were ready, but we felt like no, that would sort of not be honest with the project. Then we'd sort of want to we'd add the sounds and the music background score to make people feel a certain thing. We'd be telling them, okay, this is what this moment is, and this is what you should feel. So, here's a happy song, and there's a sad tune, or so we really kept it to the skeletal structure as much as we could.
When you were thinking about bringing this film to life, what sort of message would you want the audiences to gain from the film? Because there was a lot of issues highlighted. So there was a few sort of things coming through to me, so I wanted to know what was the intention, what sort of the overall message was of the film.
I think that's great that you bring that up, because one of the best things I loved about the movie was because it has so many different themes. Obviously it deals with the concept of the ideas of professionalism. Who do we call a professional? Is it someone who is earning a certain amount of money as a fee? Or is it someone who's ethical? Or is it someone who's honest? Is it someone who has a mind of his own to know what's good and what's bad and what's right and what's wrong? I mean, that's obviously the bigger sense of the plot. But at the end of the day, I guess if I have to really bring it down to one theme, that would be the power of one. I think we live in a time, in an age where, obviously groups are great, teamwork is awesome, unity is very important of a team of work, but team of people. But at the same time, I think the power that one person can make a difference, and one person can stand up for something, whatever that is in his or her life. That's sort of the overall one particular thing I can pick.
Situation is probably not happened to a lot of people, especially in the West. How are you hoping that it can sort of communicate to the masses this issue within the film.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, just to share this story with the rest of the world. I think that's the major thing.
In terms of it being screened at Raindance, what sort of outcome would you hope to get with the publicity of it being with this festival?
Big.
Yeah.
Big stuff. I mean, I'm very happy that we are at Raindance. It's probably one of the biggest festivals so far I've been to with this film. Actually, this is my first festival that I'm attending with this film, or ever, to that matter.
Right.
With the work of my own works, I guess. Yeah, it's been a great experience. This film did get picked up at 2 other festivals, which was the Chicago South Asian Film Festival, which was a world premiere for this film on October 2nd and 3rd.
Right.
And it was also aired with, screened with Aparna Sen's Japanese wife, which is a big director in the Indian Bollywood scene.
Right.
So that was a big achievement for us. But at the same time, it was also screened on October 5th at FLIF, which is the Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival in Florida, in the US. So this was sort of the third, and probably, and personally this is something I'm attending personally, so this has a soft corner for me.
Yeah.
And definitely in Europe, UK premiere, Europe premieres, big, it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.